Recently, small sweet shop that started in Bikaner achieved a valuation of 60,000 crores and made a revenue of 12,500 crores last year. To put it in perspective, global brands like Domino's and McDonald's made 5,200 crores and 2,200 crores respectively in India. Even though we hear a lot about these global brands, we don't talk much about Indian brands. Haldiram started as a small sweet shop, but now it's everywhere, selling its products in more than 100 countries worldwide. They have got over 1,500 people working for them. But what made Haldiram so special? Why did they become so huge? The story starts back in 1920s in Bikaner. A young boy named Sri Ganga Bhishan Agarwal, but everyone called him Haldiram. He was only 11 years old when he started working at its grandfather's bhujia shop. Being from a Marwadi family, he quickly figured out ways to help his family make more money. At that time, bhujia was everywhere in Bikaner. Lots of shops were selling it, but they all pretty much tasted the same. So the only thing that mattered was the price, not how good it was. During this time, Haldiram took on various odd jobs like chopping and cleaning in the kitchen. Gradually, he became interested in making bhujia himself. When Haldiram's grandfather saw the potential of this product, he decided to take it to the market. As soon as it hit the shelves, the bhujia started selling like hotcakes, bringing in more money for the family. But Haldiram wasn't satisfied. He wasn't happy with the small profits or the taste and quality of their product. He believed that the bhujia could be better, something unique in the crowded market. Fueled by his obsession for top-notch quality, he worked tirelessly experimenting with different ingredients to create a truly exceptional product. After many attempts, Haldiram finally made 3 crucial changes to the bhujia that transformed his family fortunes forever. The first big change he made was using Moth Ki Dall instead of besan to make the bhujia. This made it taste way better and crisper, giving people a new and exciting way to enjoy it. Instead of keeping it soft, he made it crunchy, which made it stand out of the usual bhujia in Bikaner. Secondly, knowing that bhujia was already everywhere and not very special, he decided to sell his for more money, 5 paise per kilo instead of just 2 paise like everyone else. Lastly, he named his bhujia Dangar Se after Maharaj Dangar Singh. These changes made Haldiram's bhujia super popular. Firstly, the name Dangar made it sound special, making people want to try it. Even though the name didn't have anything to do with the Maharaj, it made people think it was a premium product. So, even though it cost more, people were happy to pay because they thought it was better. And when they actually tried it, they found it was really tasty. So they kept coming back for more. As a result, demand for Haldiram's Dangar Se shot up in just a few weeks. When people perceive a brand as valuable and it actually delivers, the brand becomes even more valuable. So the extra 3 paise or the 150% higher cost became the brand value of Haldiram's bhujia. This transformed Haldiram's bhujia into a top product in a market where there were lots of similar options. In no time, hundreds of kilos of Haldiram's bhujia were being sold. This was the start of Haldiram's incredible success story. In the 1950s, Haldiram and his wife visited Kolkata for a wedding and got the idea to open a shop there. In 1957, Haldiram, along with his 2 sons Moolchand and Rameshwar Lal, started a shop called Haldiram Bhujia Wala in Kolkata. The shop became successful within a few years. Over the next 3 decades, Haldiram's grandson expanded the business further. Sri Ganga Agarwal took the business to Nagpur, while Manohar Lal and Madhusudan Agarwal expanded it to Delhi. When Bikaner and Kolkata were doing well, Shiv Kishan faced problems selling bhujia in Nagpur because not many people there were into snacks. So he took a step back and did some serious market research on what people in Maharashtra like to eat. After visiting lots of stores in Nagpur, he found 3 big chances in the market. First, he noticed that Maharashtrians didn't have a lot of different savory snacks to choose from. This meant there was a big opportunity to introduce a new snacks, but people might not trust them at first because they were new. Second, he saw that there weren't many sweet options available in Maharashtra, even though people like sweets. This meant there was a room to bring in new kinds of sweets that weren't already popular. Third, he realized that because there weren't many sweets available, there was a chance to introduce lots of different types of sweets from other places, making the market bigger. He then introduced people of Nagpur to treats from Bikaner and Calcutta like Malai Laddu, Rasagulla, and Rasmalai. It's no surprise that his Maharashtrian customers loved Haldiram sweets. In just 3 years, their sales skyrocketed by 400%, going from 100 rupees per day to 500 rupees per day, which is equivalent to 12,000 rupees in today's money. But Shiv Kishan didn't stop there. After looking into the market more, he noticed that South Indian snacks like dosa and idli were super popular in Nagpur. So he opened a South Indian restaurant to attract more customers. When more people started coming in, he introduced samosas and kachoris. This time, it didn't take long for samosas and kachoris to become popular fast food in Maharashtra. What Shiv Kishan essentially did was create a pathway from doubt to delight for his customers. Initially, as an unfamiliar vendor selling unfamiliar dishes, people were naturally hesitant. This made it really tough to break into the market. So what did he do? He started by offering familiar dishes to build trust with the customers. Once he had their trust, he introduced something unique that no one else was offering. Imagine you're at a new ice cream shop in your town. At first, you're not sure about trying their flavors because you don't know if they'll be any good. But then you notice they also offer classic flavors like chocolate and vanilla that you love. You give those a try and find out they are delicious. Now that you trust the shop, you're more willing to try their unique flavors like lavender honey or mango chili. And guess what? You end up loving those too. That's the kind of magic Shiv Kishan worked with his business strategy. For a long time, Haldiram's brand faced an issue with family disputes. They divided their territory. Haldiram Snacks and Ethnic Food served the northern region. Haldiram Foods International served the western and southern regions. And Haldiram Bhujia Wala served the eastern region from Kolkata. When the Kolkata-based family tried to expand into Delhi, they faced a problem because they didn't want to change their brand name. This led to a dispute among Haldiram's grandson over trademarks and brand ownership. Despite the fighting, the brand kept growing. For customers, it was confusing to see two companies with the same name. They wondered which one to buy from and whether they were the same company. To resolve this confusion, the case went to court and lasted for 15 years. Finally, in 2013, the court ruled in favor of Delhi-based Haldiram, making them the sole owner of Haldiram Bhujia Wala. Over the years, Haldiram's grandson expanded the business across India and eventually ventured abroad, stocking their products in different parts of the world. Haldiram's success story involved more than just making tasty snacks. They also focused on how they package and sold these snacks. Manohar Lal Agarwal, a member of third generation, played a key role in this aspect of their business strategy. By changing their packaging and improving their presence in stores, they made Haldiram snacks more memorable and easier to find for customers. This strategy is similar to Coca-Cola's marketing strategy. Over the years, they kept updating how their bottles look and made sure we can find them easily in shops or vending machines. This made more people remember Coca-Cola. These efforts have significantly contributed to Coca-Cola's and Haldiram's brand recall value, leading to exponential sales growth worldwide. Brand recall value refers to how likely it is for someone to remember your brand, its products, and its services, either on their own or with a little reminder. It goes beyond just recognizing your logo. It's about being the first brand that comes to mind when thinking about a related topic or when asked about a specific product, service, or type of business. These are various factors that can influence brand recall value, such as creating a memorable brand personality, crafting an engaging brand story, designing an attractive logo or branding style, and upholding a positive brand reputation. In a similar way, when you notice many people buying or giving Haldiram sweets, it's like they are tiny ads showing that Haldiram is a trustworthy brand. This was a big deal because in the 1980s, not many brands cared about packaging. So when Manohar Lal did this, Haldiram wasn't just selling lots of products, they were also spreading lots of little ads that made the brand more noticeable and trusted by customers and sellers. Plus, opening stores in busy places like railway stations boosted the sales even more. In just 5 years, by 1981, Haldiram's production had increased by 400% each month. People from all over the country started asking specifically for the Haldiram, and soon the brand's logo was seen everywhere. People began to realize that Haldiram was becoming more than just a small sweet shop. It was becoming an iconic brand. From that point on, despite facing many challenges, there was no stopping the Haldiram brand's growth. In the fiscal year 2013 to 2014, Haldiram's revenue soared to over 3,500 crores, surpassing the combined revenue of Domino's and McDonald's in India for the same period. By 2017, Haldirams had become India's largest snack company, leaving PepsiCo behind in sales. Haldiram's success, bringing in over $1 billion in revenue, might leave many of you wondering what their secret is. Firstly, they prioritize shelf life, now using nitrogen-filled pouches that last up to 6 months. They even use the tagline, 6 months on the shelf and 6 seconds in your mouth. Secondly, they recognize that namkeen is an impulse purchase for many people. To appeal to this, they focused on vibrant and colorful packaging to catch the buyer's eye. Haldiram's brand stood not just for trust but also for celebration. When someone in the festive mood, they tend to splurge more, a strategy not unfamiliar to confectionery brands like Cadbury during holidays. Finally, they had deep offline distribution networks, establishing relationship with distributors and even individual stores initially. These relationships, though not quantifiable in large numbers, made it easier for them to get their products into the hands of consumers where they were most likely to go. Moreover, unlike other major brands, Haldirams took a different approach. They had full control over manufacturing and the ability to control costs. If they found something too expensive, they could bring down the cost themselves because they had complete control over the process. Today, Haldirams is a huge brand valued at $8 billion, with its signature dishes making an impact not only in India but also in 100 other countries around the world. This is how 3 generations of the Agarwal family laid a strong foundation to create a business empire worth rupees 7,000 crores. If you enjoyed watching this video, make sure to give me a like, definitely comment what you learned from the story of Haldiram, and please subscribe for more such amazing content in the future.